I turned down Discord to infinity. You guys should be audible now. I think we're live, guys.
We're
That means we're
live?
live. Yeah, we're live.
Uh,
that means we're live. So yeah, hi everybody. Welcome. It's Blastcast
Hello.
night. It's, well, kind of Blastcast night. We're not exactly playing Bowser's Big Blast, but we are
In
still.
fact,
We have the fast
casting.
speed. I see. Yeah, we got Blastcast adjacent thing running in the background. We got Mario Party. And yeah, we're, like, as the title suggests, we're gonna be talking about the Switch 2. Ain't that fun? We're talking about it like 10 days late. It's okay. It's okay. We were like weeks late on the last time we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
We're still within the ballpark of 2 weeks. It hasn't been 2 weeks yet. It's okay.
College do be hitting different at the end of my senior year.
Yeah. We would have had one last week, but yeah, it's gotta lock in.
It happens.
Locking in is very important. We will not deny that. Like, that is a very important thing to do. So, but we're here now. We're here now in front of you, in front of, I don't know, just we're here. We got Mario Party running in the background. We have the cursed board right there. Oh, we got Bowser time over there too. Okay, we got the whole shebang.
Yahoo.
Yahoo! So, yeah, the Switch 2, guys. The Nintendo Switch 2, having a lot more revealed about it and a lot more games revealed with it over the past well, week and some change, as we can say.
Yeah.
What are our initial first impressions on the system, just as a baseline?
I mean, I was blown away by the power, just being used to the Switch 1. And to not even a great computer. So I'm kind of intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that's the extent of my initial reactions, though.
Mm-hmm. I'd say I'm feeling similarly, since, like, we've had the Switch 1 for so long that you just kind of, like, at this point you're kind of just associating, like, the Nintendo console with, yeah, it's the one that just kind of runs. It doesn't run well, but it certainly runs. And now this is the console where it's like, oh hey, we can actually run shit really well now. And, like, you can actually have, like, third-party AAAs on here. Or, like, just, like, stuff outside of just the mainline Nintendo stuff can actually run well. Street Fighter 6 is coming here, so it's like, I feel like when, like, a modern fighting game comes to the console and it actually runs at 60, that's kind of the mark of, oh hey, this console might actually be powerful. And that's pretty cool. It's cool to see that now with, like, a modern Nintendo thing.
Yeah.
It's looking to be like PS4 grade, which for a handheld is kind of crazy.
Yeah, for the interchangeable nature between handheld household.
Yeah.
Like a consistent. They showed it off in Prime 4 specifically, but being able to have a consistent 60 frames undocked.
Or a consistent 120 if you're going 1080p.
Yeah, which is
I suppose, like, if you consider Prime 4 as a Switch 1 game, I guess it does make sense. It does make enough sense, but it's still really impressive.
yeah.
I think Prime 4 is going to be a Switch 1 game in the same way Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game.
Or Twilight
put it
Princess being
honestly.
a GameCube game.
I forgot about that. That too, yeah.
Look, there's always at this point there's always at least one Nintendo game that like ends up being like the weird the weird like middle child between two systems.
Yeah. To be fair, the Switch 2 also has Legend ZA for that,
Oh yeah.
but Prime 4 is probably more. I don't know which one. Prime 4 is probably going to be more directly associated with that,
Mhm.
since it's not Pokemon.
Damn, Mario hitting big money.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wario's cooking.
But Mooney, what are your thoughts? Just currently about the hardware that is being presented here.
I think it's good for the type of console that it is.
Yeah, that's valid.
pretty fair.
Being good for the type of console that it is isn't pretty valid. Just pretty valid, like first impression there. This is like being a partial handheld and being able to like run consistently, like powerfully. It's like it's kind of it's you know the Steam Deck, guys. It's like it's kind of something like that. You know, it's kind of something like that. Granted, the Steam Deck is much more modular, and it's kind of just your thing that you can just kind of fuck around with.
I should get one of those at some point.
Yeah, it is certainly an investment, but it's something that if you're interested in that sort of deal, and you know,
What's my Steam library looking at right now?
you can certainly get it.
I've got like 60 games.
I mean, I could see that as a pretty neat investment then, just being able to play that stuff on the go.
Yeah. I'm only going to be using Steam more and more, so like...
Mm-hmm. I think a big thing... Wow. You know, remember all those coins that Mario just stole?
I'm glad I'm not playing right now. I'd be sad.
Anyway, yeah, with all the with all the stuff on the hardware side of just the Switch 2, also I was about to say, is it still in Dolphin for you guys for some reason? Like, yeah,
it does that between every... I don't know if it does it on stream,
it doesn't
but...
do that on stream since it's streaming the Dolphin window.
Yeah. But for us, like, between every minigame, it just does the Dolphin window. I don't know why.
Don't know why either. Oh well. Don't really know what I can do about that.
Yeah, not a huge deal.
Anyway, with all the stuff shown on the hardware side, I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, man, this is like really powerful system. Like, would I want to take this anywhere? Would I want to take this somewhere?
Yeah.
This is kind of a good point.
It's like
I wouldn't want to drop it and have to replace it.
Yeah. That's the big thing. I want to be careful as shit with this thing. So it's like, realistically, the only like, better come with a damn good case at least, or at least like have damn good cases. This is like that. this is like very precious hardware, more likely than not, since I don't know, what's the current like QA testing on the durability of the thing?
No
What did they
idea.
say?
Mhm.
Does
I mean,
it have,
I feel
does
like
it-
kind of in that regard be similar to the Switch One because I was definitely the same, for at least a year.
uh-huh. Does it have Nintendium? Does it have that Nintendium with it? I feel like the Nintendium has been a thing long since forgotten, ever since the Wii U.
I was gonna say the same Nintendium the Joy-Cons are made out of because
No. That's a different kind of. That's not Nintendium. Joy-Cons are certainly the thing of all time. I'd hope that the QA on the Joy-Con 2s would also be like better.
I'm so glad Switch 1 Pro controllers still work on that thing. You guys have
Oh,
no
yeah.
idea.
Dude. Yeah, like the I'm certainly interested in like in just kind of just knowing what the console feels like in the hands, or just kind of knowing how it like, how it looks, how it feels. I wanna know how the controllers feel, if they feel like, I've heard that the controllers feel pretty nice. The Joy-Con 2s actually being like bigger and actually having like pretty solid grips as well.
Yeah, they
From
look
what I've heard.
huge.
Yeah. If it feels like an actual control... Okay. If it feels like an actual controller, then like, would be pretty cool.
And I have to imagine the like, what's it, the grip that makes it shaped like a Pro controller, I guess. That's gotta feel pretty good though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt alright before, but like,
Yeah.
not as good as a Pro controller.
Oh, certainly not. I mean, that's just because the Joy-Cons themselves weren't really nearly as like comfy as a Pro controller was.
Mm-hmm.
I think a big question that I'd have to wonder is, after playing a lot of like GameCube and even like older titles that had like a very big emphasis on the control stick being like very accurate and very very accurate, very responsive, and also having like a bit of tension built into them, so that there's a little bit of resistance within them. I'd have to wonder what the how much resistance is like built into like the control into these modern control sticks as well, if they're like, is I think with modern control sticks that I feel like I've just kind of grown to not particularly like, is just kind of like it doesn't feel like there's like as much resistance built into them for like moving them around, so it's hard to make like minor adjustments with them. So it's something that's kind of hard to like kind of explain, but yeah, it's just something that I've noticed. That's like, if there was, I don't know, I'm just kind of curious, since GameCube games on the Switch 2, and also returning N60, and like also returning stuff like the N64 catalog and stuff like that. How well will these controllers play with them? Or are you just forced to buying these new controllers so that you can play these games as they were intended to?
Gulp.
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 Which, I suppose, speaking of other controllers, the GameCube controller.
Yeah, that's cool.
I feel like they're gonna get scalped.
Oh, most definitely, like as everything is going to be nowadays. those game controllers are gonna be on like the Nintendo My Nintendo store shelves like one minute, and then an hour later, oh, we're sold out. You're gonna have to wait for first restock, which will be in like 5 months.
I just bought like a quote unquote legit GameCube control, like USB GameCube controller. Would that still work? I wonder.
I mean, I assume the Switch 2 still has USB ports for the actual GameCube adapter, so I'd have to imagine it would work.
I would hope so. If it doesn't work, then I would be wagging my finger at Nintendo saying, "Hello, please, I would like to use my official Nintendo controllers for this official Nintendo game and this official Nintendo service instead of getting the other newer official controller with a ZL button that is not at all shaped like the Z button." Which is like super weird. Like that I'm not the only one thinking that's like weird as hell, right?
I haven't really noticed they changed what the button looks like.
No,
Are you
the Z
referring to
button
like the?
is perfectly fine, but they added another Z button, like they added a ZL button since it's like a quote unquote modern classic controller, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. But instead of being shaped like the other, like, you know, the Z button on the right, it's just kind of like it's shaped like the little pill ZR button on the N64 controller.
Yep.
So
Well,
it's
they don't
like
give you a good.
Like, they wanted it to be a GameCube controller. They didn't want to put an extra button there. They just had to.
I get, you know, sure, whatever.
It's not a good reason, but I think that is the reason.
That probably is. I guess they wanted the controller to be as accurate as possible to the original, while also still having the extra functionalities. It's just kind of functional extras, but it's still weird.
Yeah.
My
Like,
dreams of
were
playing
the other
Splatoon.
like? Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you use ZL in Splatoon?
To swim?
Oh yeah. It's been so long, I forgot.
They could have done a little better than that. Come on, guys.
Absolutely.
It's a little pill button.
That looks like legit the size of like the little bumper buttons on the Joy-Con. Like that's a little. That's a little like
just that.
Interesting that they put the home and screenshot buttons on the top. I guess again they wanted to like hide them, quote unquote.
Yeah, because they do the same with the N64 controller. They keep them on the top of the controller to more or less hide.
With the
them,
old
keep the
wireless
controller
GameCube controllers that came out like when the Switch was new, were those official?
the wireless ones, I think those were Hori. I'm pretty sure those were third party. You can tell that like they were third party because you could kind of tell they were third party because they're the Power A and they kind of do now that like after,
I guess I should have been confused by the fact that they used AA batteries.
Yeah, I had one of the stick started drifting. Same.
My first one did not have C up or down.
Yeah, those Power A ones were certainly something all right. Where it's like they were kind of all right, and then you've had them for you had them for a bit, and and I was like, well, the rubber on the stick is kind of just wearing out. That's awesome.
Mine fully does not even work anymore.
Awesome.
You put batteries in it, nothing happens.
That's awesome. And also the triggers weren't even analog, so, well, you know, womp womp. Yeah, I trust the quality of this controller at least. I trust that the quality will be good, but I sure hope they don't charge $60. It better be just like, it's better be $50 because that's the cost of the N64 controllers. I would probably shell out $50 for one of these.
See, now they have a microphone.
Do they have a mic?
I mean, they have the button for it.
Oh my! Why would you add a mic
Oh,
to a GameCube
fuck.
controller? Is it
So that you can trash
they
talk
bet-
people when you're
they
playing
better
Smash
have-
Bros.
they better
with the
have
quote-unquote
Mario Party 6
perfect
with mic
controller.
support. They
Dude.
better have Mario Party 6 with mic support, or I'm gonna be mad.
Dude, wait,
Melee
actually?
mic support.
If that's what the mic is there for, if that is part of why the mic is there, then then fine. I understand now. I'm like, sure, that is completely fine if you have those games supported with it. If not, then I don't know. That's just a middle finger. I'm just gonna flip this company off, and I'm going to pay money for the Switch 2 anyways.
Ain't that the truth?
It is certainly the truth. Look at Boo, so rich. Where was I going though with that? I was like, I don't know. GameCube
Controllers,
controller
money.
seems- yeah, GameCube controller seems pretty neat. I hope it's $50. I can't imagine spending more than that. Well, I theoretically can, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. N64 controller is novel. GameCube controller is certainly novel, and it's like, you know, people are gonna be buying that.
Yeah, people like it. I guess it is probably wireless by default, so maybe the Smash elitists won't eat it up, but
Mm-hmm. But still, it's still a very novel thing, and like, I hope that the GameCube games themselves don't have like bad refresh rates at least, or like don't have like bad latency, if nothing else. Because you're putting F-Zero GX on there. If you have like bad latency on that, you're asking for trouble. What is that?
what happened?
What is that?
What is this?
Explain.
Hold on.
This isn't what you bought, is it?
No, I haven't bought I haven't bought a
What
GameCube
is
controller.
this?
I've been considering it though.
Hold on. I gotta pull
It's
this
so
up on
hard
the
to find
stream.
reasonably priced official GameCube controllers.
Hold on, I
I
gotta pull this
got-
up on the stream. Hold on.
I got a bundle of like somewhat quality third-party controllers. It was 4 for like, I don't even know, but it was pretty good. But I only have one official controller in my house. Out of 6.
Oh, I need one with a USB.
Chat, what do we think of
end,
this?
don't I?
What do we think of this?
It's not a GameCube controller as far as I'm concerned.
I
This is gonna stay here until we get a better image. Yeah,
Maybe Wario will get a star and save us from this.
30
Oh,
coins.
never mind.
Yeah, that thing looks hideous.
Yep.
What, like, oh wow, that D-pad. Wow, it's a D-pad, guys. Wow, look at that. I can't believe the D-pads for Nintendo consoles peaked at the N64.
know the truth.
Like, ironically, the N64 has like the best feeling D-pad of like any Nintendo console. Ironically, like, this is like genuine. Honestly, the D-pad on the
I need to
N64 feels like
remind- I need
really
to
good.
I need to remember what it feels like. I'm just playing my DS on the side here, and it's definitely a worn D-pad. I've used it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next topic though. What do we like? We've talked enough about like the GameCube stuff. We've talked enough about like just pretty much everything around that.
Wait,
What?
what games do we want?
The Mario parties. Double
That's
dash.
that. Yeah, Yeah,
Air
that's
Ride.
so
We're getting
true.
Air Riders, so who knows about that one?
That we got Mystery Dungeon and like Link's Awakening, despite there being remakes, so they might.
That is true.
But that's I don't know. I'm not them.
It's gonna depend. Like they might be too close together, giving us the original and then
True.
giving us the remake, and then, or I guess I don't know if it's a remake or a sequel or however it's gonna work, but
It'll probably be like a later on thing at that point.
something like the transition between Smash games.
Hmm.
Sakurai reference.
Do you think we're gonna get Melee in 60? Do you think we're gonna even get 64?
I feel like we should. I don't think we're getting Melee before 64.
Like
But
I feel like if Sakurai is working on Air Ride, that'd be a
Yeah.
good like. What?
Mooney. Mooney.
what's it gonna just post?
What?
I've been looking for a classic controller, but I don't think that's it.
Alright, naming this what? Nah, fuck.
I think that's the correct answer to that controller.
Phone call, hold on.
Yeah, what else would be cool though from the GameCube? I mean, Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would they wait for the Wii version? Would they just do? What you know? What would be really
I
fucked
think
up?
Go on.
What if they did Twilight Princess HD, but not Wind Waker HD, and just kept it on the NSO?
That would be strange. Like, I feel like Twilight Princess is the more popular game, but that still would be strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if Twilight Princess did get on NSO though, what mainline Zeldas would be missing at that point?
Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
True.
Because, like, I don't know. What are they going to do with the 3DS title?
Make Luigi's Mansion 2 again.
I stares at the Luigi's Mansion 2 in
Correct.
the corner.
Stares at Donkey Kong Country Returns again.
I suppose that also does leave. If you want to count the anniversary of Four Swords, different from the original, you've got that Four Swords Adventure and also Triforce Heroes.
Right.
I'm putting money. This is my one prediction, like non-game prediction this stream. They're gonna have some kind of connectivity between GBA Online and GameCube Online, and they're gonna have Four Swords be like the big thing with it because of the streaming.
Four
Please.
Swords Adventure.
Yeah.
If they can get that to work, that means they can justify having Game Boy and GBA Pokemon on Switch.
This is very true.
They did show off in the initial GameCube trailer that one of the GameCube Pokemon games was there.
Mm-hmm.
I think both of them are. I might
Really?
I might be wrong.
Also, I thought
Gale of Darkness and XD, right?
XD, they're both
I thought
the
XD
same
Gale
game.
of Darkness was one title.
That is one
And
title.
I'm. I made
Is
me
Coliseum
silly.
there?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Okay.
I think they showed Gale of Darkness, because I thought I remembered seeing Lugia.
Yeah.
XD, Mario Strikers. Yeah, they did show Coliseum as well.
Oh, nice. More Pokemon! Woo!
OG Luigi's Mansion, making that yet another Nintendo franchise with every game on, well, not Switch anymore, I guess, huh?
Yes,
On
true.
the
GameCube Online isn't going to be on
on one
Switch One.
platform.
Still would be. Yeah, still on all available on Switch 2, just not on Switch 1.
Uh-huh.
So pretty close.
I feel like I'm gonna keep my Switch 1. If they'll let me. Like, I hope there's not account bullshit.
I'd imagine there'd be like
I'm
account
guessing-
transferring.
like there's I have a friend who has a regular Switch and an OLED, and there's like some degree of game sharing if you have the same profile on both Switches, but he has different save data per Switch.
Hmm.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So there's some degree of he's got multi-access to Smash. Well, actually, he doesn't have any digital games, so maybe there's not. But
I'm pretty sure that with games like on different Switches, if it's digital, I believe it's you can't be playing that game on both Switches at the same time.
right.
Since
I
technically
see.
you only have the one license to play, or like the one key.
But even with like, if you did like a full system transfer, you would still be able to use like if you have digital games, you'd have the digital game card feature to mess with.
Yeah.
So it's not like you would be able to play games on your old Switch, but you probably wouldn't be able to access the same save file on both.
Hmm.
You're in like a family of gamers. This is the console for you, I'm realizing. Holy shit.
Probably.
Yeah. Let him go.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's gonna like if you do save data transfer or just console data transfer, then like the original console is gonna lose all this data, but it's still gonna be usable, right?
Hmm.
And that's gonna be useful for someone like me who's got mods, and I'm definitely gonna have to unload all of them before a system transfer.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
Oh,
I get
God.
banned. I am not gonna get. I'm not risking getting banned.
Yeah, with your
That's-
Switch
that's
too. Yeah, no,
scary.
that'd be a little. Look, there's a reason that I have an OLED right now. There's a reason that I have an
Yeah.
OLED, and that I still have my old year one Switch just kind of laying there that I could mod. The
Oh, you
statement
did.
ends there. Well, I did. The statement ended there. I didn't do much with it afterwards.
Yeah, fair. I still just want to leave. Like realistically, unlike the 3DS, Switch mods aren't permanent. So
Uh-huh.
while I can access modded menus as long as I have stuff on the SD card, it's pretty easy also to know what to remove.
Yeah.
And alternatively, I guess I have 2 modded SD cards. Although one would be pretty easy to format because all that's on there is chaos. And I also have the old one from before I got my 256 gig ones that I could do that transfer because it's a smaller SD card, but at the very least, I know for a fact there's no mods on it.
Hmm.
Filthy cheaters.
I'm sorry that you don't offer me the gameplay experiences I want. And also, I have to pay you to get the alternate experiences anyway, so like,
So you know.
you're still winning, Nintendo.
Fuck you, give me $500.
I mean, I will, but I'm not happy about it.
Alright, we're gonna talk about the price now, or are we gonna talk about other things before we talk about the price?
I just wanted to be a goofball, I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel like there isn't much to say about the price aside from anger.
Yeah,
It's
outside of,
high.
like,
I was expecting it to be high. The games are what kind of irks me a little bit.
yeah.
The console is lower than I was expecting. The games are higher.
That's valid. I was kind of like, I was expecting this to be like, I was expecting the console to probably be like around as expensive as it is. Like,
I didn't want it to be. I was hoping it wasn't going to be 500. So I guess I don't know. I guess I wasn't really expecting it. I was just hoping, and then it wasn't, so I was happy.
right, that makes sense.
Plus, I want to save $30 in Mario Kart. In which case, it is $500.
Yeah. It's like I'm treating this like a $500 system because like there's no way in hell that I'm paying for the Mario Kart separately.
Yeah, no.
To be fair, it technically, if you're if you have Switch Online already, it kind of just gives you like 3 or 4 GameCube games to play
Also
for,
true.
Yeah.
for free, pretty much.
And I believe Scarlet and Violet specifically have enhanced versions that you don't have to pay for.
Oh, you don't say. Those games.
Maybe
Those
they'll
games-
work. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe the games will run at 60. On
No,
a,
that
will
is never
say-
going to run at 60.
on a good day.
I was
On a
wa-
good day.
The games are not designed to run at 60. The problem is that they don't even run at the 30 they are designed for.
Next gen's gonna be the good one.
Surely. I am also curious. This is not really Switch 2, but it's something I'm thinking about. That Pokemon Champions thing that they revealed and haven't said anything about since.
Yeah, the like showdown, not showdown thing.
Yeah. Like I
I'm a
imagine
big fan of that.
it's gonna be free because it's gonna be available on mobile, same as Unite, right?
Right.
So then,
What is it?
are there gonna be Switch 2 advantages to that? Probably not.
Might be
I don't-
something at least.
Maybe you get like a special mon or something. I don't know.
Give us Magirna again,
Uh,
except don't do that.
Oh, you know what I saw that kind of irked me a little bit.
What's up?
Apparently, the Switch 2 upgrade for Breath of the Wild doesn't give you the DLC for
That's-
that game.
Kind of
Hmm.
cursed.
hmm,
You want the
little
full
bit.
Breath of the Wild experience? It's $100 now.
No, it's more like 90 for the
Yeah.
full thing.
I think it is 90.
But like, that's still kind of.
Yeah.
So like, if you ever get a Splatoon 3 enhanced version, or like, what other Nintendo games have gotten DLC recently?
Mario
Crossing.
Kart 8 Deluxe for some. I don't know.
That game does that game even need an enhanced version?
No,
No,
because we
it
did
looks
do
pretty good.
one.
The only enhancements that you would get for that game is being able to run 4 players at 60.
True. I think that's. I don't know. Is that something that could just happen?
I'd hope it would.
feel like-
I'd hope it would be.
That could just be an update like Scar Violet.
Yeah, maybe. I swear there was another game other than Scarlet Violet that was getting a free update. That was
I haven't
basically
been-
just performance, but I don't remember.
Paying attention to those. Tears of the
Oh.
Kingdom, mayhaps? Or
No, because I know you have to pay $10 for that one, and I know that it's a little more than, like just. Why have I immediately forgotten the terms? Improved performance,
Right.
because it also has the Korok GPS.
That's okay. Can I just say, is it both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom that have the like lore on your phone as you're playing?
I don't know.
Or is it just Breath of the Wild? Because I know I saw it for one of the games, but I forget which, honestly.
I thought it
It's
was
probably
Tears.
Breath of the Wild.
I
Is it Breath
thought
of the
that
Wild?
was
I don't know.
kind of dumb. I wish that was just in the game.
Yeah,
Mainly because I like Breath of the Wild Zelda's voice actor, and I wanted to hear more of her.
fair. I mean, I guess you have age of imprisonment for that.
Okay,
That-
crack theory.
that is-
Crack theory.
Shoot.
Yeah.
What if this is just like scrapped Wii U gamepad functionality that they had to build in somehow to a second screen, so they were like, fuck it, use the phone.
That's kind of crazy, actually. That's kind of crazy. Wait.
This is
That
my
That's
makes a lot of
honestly
sense.
kind of believable.
That's like, because it's like, if it's just Breath of the Wild and not Tears of the Kingdom, that seems oddly suspicious for this specifically, doesn't it? Like,
I love them going through the direct.
right? I don't know. If it's Tears, then I don't know. Just throw away what I just said. But
Let
I don't know.
me see
do-
here.
I do want to say, just randomly, because I got the thought because someone said it. I went through Switch Direct frame by frame with some friends, including Pure for a little bit, and that was so much fun. It was really fun.
It was
Big
really
fan.
fun.
An hour of footage, frame by frame.
We were there for like 3 or 4 hours. It was awesome. We
Yeah, I'm
booted up
guessing you
like
did
the
just-
old
Skip over repeated stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
crew, yeah.
Okay, come on. I don't need to hear about Mario Party anymore. Show me what you mean by the Switch 2 edition of the Zelda. So you've got 60 FPS. That's great. I don't really care about that.
All right, Jamboree. That I don't want to pay $10 for stuff for like that kind of stuff.
The entire time I watched that trailer, I kept going out loud, no boards?
So no board?
So no board? Like, it's just... You had it right there.
Why did it default to French captions?
They
French?
snatched victory from the
Default to French captions. Okay.
Wait, what defaulted to French?
I'm on the Switch 2 Direct. I hit the captions button because I muted it, and it defaulted to French.
I knew it.
Also, frankly, I don't even think a board is the thing that I would want for out of Jamboree for an update. I just want house rules.
True.
That's the biggest thing that I want out of that game. I could care less for a new board because that just means I have to play Jamboree as it is as God intended. Which, personally, I feel like a lot of those rules should just be a lot of these things should be house rules and should be modular. But you know, we've already talked about that.
It's not a bad game, but house rules would make it a good one. Or a better one.
House rules would make it like, depending on the house rules in question, would make it like probably like top 3 Mario parties. I feel.
Also, I have something to report.
What's up?
What's up?
The Zelda notes thing is for both games.
Okay, so never mind. Scrap what I did. Scrap what I just said. The theory is gone. Theory debunked.
I hope they have little, like, Raru... Oh god, I forget the other one's name. Sonya cameos. That'd be cool.
Be nice. It seems like they have pretty much the same thing across all of them, except there's also the auto-build sharing thing for Tears of the Kingdom. So if you make a really cool flying device, you can share it to the world.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little mad that wasn't in the game from the bat.
Yeah.
That just
Although I
feels
guess it
like the
would be.
perfect thing to like share on social media, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Like, you could definitely, like, share screenshots and clips and stuff, but you can't, like... You can't perfectly recreate a build from that every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to just save auto builds, you know. How often did you use auto build anyway?
To be honest, auto build was kind of a bad thing for me because I was like actively building like flying machines every time I would have to go somewhere, and I would make a different one every time. Then I saw like the bike on Twitter, and when I got auto build, I just made the like fan bike, and I stopped being creative.
I mean, same. The problem is that I get overwhelmed with options sometimes, so I just like having an option where you don't have to be creative and is very fuel efficient. I'll take that option.
Yeah, that's nice.
Sometimes, brother, you gotta launch yourself like an angry bird. It's just gotta happen.
I mean, I did put shields. I did put springs on my shields a lot.
Hell yeah.
Although, funnily enough, the main thing I did with auto build was I used it to get apples.
Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's just a shrine you can warp to, and right outside of it is a bunch of trees with a bunch of apples. So you save an auto build, which is just a bunch of apples attached together, and maybe one golden apple, and then you just use that to gather apples, because the auto build will pluck them off the trees and put them right in front of you.
Yeah.
It's a surprisingly effective way to grind money.
That's very goofy.
Yeah.
That game also, just while we're talking about Tears of the Kingdom, because it's a good game, the ability to go through the ceiling is so underrated. Like, I want to do it in every game now.
Yeah. I think I recall Ascend was just a dev tool they were using, and they decided it was too convenient to not include it in the final game.
It makes it's kind of like a mini scaffolding for buildings, so you don't have to restrict it to a certain height.
It's especially cool on like the freely customizable house you can make. So you can just make a room that only Link can access.
Yeah, that's cool.
What other games would you guys want to get Switch 2 versions? I'm just kind of looking through my library right now.
Let me look through mine.
I feel like that fully depends on how much they're willing to do with them. Because like I'm not paying for Zelda's frame enhancement. I don't care about that. I don't have Forgotten Land to pay for.
True.
I do.
I'm probably gonna get that one. That one looks good.
That
That
looks
one's
like
like
it's more
that one-
content, which is probably worth
Yeah,
it for.
yeah.
Probably, unless they show off more with the Pokemon one, I'm probably just gonna get the Switch version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know about Prime 4. Probably not Jamboree.
I would hope
So,
that.
thinking of what we already know, and thinking of the games I play the most, I have no fucking idea.
Well, if nothing else, I would hope that Thousand Year Door would get a like an some form of enhancement because they have like HD textures already, or like 4K textures in the game already. So that'd be cool. Get that in 60 FPS, and then bam, awesome video game.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the game I play the most is still Smash. I don't know what you do for that game.
And also, I would really like it if the game actually had like I don't know, any form of text speed options or any way to make text go faster, because I really hate how modern Nintendo games make it so that you have to watch the text scroll by the first time you see any form of text box. It's really annoying, and they should really stop doing that. Makes you replaying games absolute hell on earth. Small tangent aside.
What would you pay for it?
Would I pay for it? For Thousand Year Door, I fucking might. Like, doing another playthrough of that game. God, it is a good game, but god damn it, it is so slow. Playing 64 again made me realize how nice of a game it is to replay, because you can just hold the B button to auto advance through any text box in the game. It is so nice. You don't have you can just kind of let the cutscenes play on by. You get the general gist of everything going on with what you're seeing on the screen.
I wonder how the discussion goes in taking those kinds of things out in a sequel.
Or in a remake, even.
Oh, it's just a remake. You can do that in GameCube.
You can. The way that Thousand Year Doors text box and stuff like that works, same with Super Paper Mario, is that you can press the B button, the text instantly displays, and it goes to the next page. It goes to the next dialog box, and then you can just mash B and A and make the text go by really fast. And the thing that you can also do in those games is you can also just rewind the text. That's another thing they got rid of, by the way. You can't rewind the text anymore. You
We
can
have more buttons!
Yeah, you can rewind the text to look back at things that you might have missed. So, not only do they make the text scroll slower, but they just give you less options in reading the text. You can't rewind the text anymore, and you can't fast forward the text anymore either. So it's like, it's the worst of both worlds. That's so awesome, video game.
Yeah, why would you... Why? Don't worry, the TTYD on the GameCube Online app.
Oh, don't, oh yeah.
TTYD link.
There's no way they would offer that game There's no way they would offer that game, would they?
I don't know, because like at the very least, the Switch One is a proper remake / remaster. But we got Mario 64 twice.
I mean, you're right.
Donkey Onto Net.
Man, I don't know.
This isn't even a Nintendo game. I need Minecraft to run better on a Nintendo console. Good lord.
How does Minecraft even run?
It's not the greatest. I was playing it on my computer the other day, and I finally kind of noticed.
Does it reach 30?
I don't have frame rate turned on. All I'm gonna say is I've questioned if the game is going to crash more times than I'd like to admit.
I see. And has the game actually crashed on you before?
If I recall correctly, yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yay.
There were times, though, it was awesome. Like, everything around me would freeze. It would all just be like that one Quicksilver scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was rad.
Damn. Although, you know, the mention of Minecraft actually does bring me to a topic I thought of. Just kind of, I mean, maybe a topic, but like non-Nintendo games we're excited for via the Switch 2.
Hmm.
Can I be a little cynical for a minute?
What's up?
Okay.
Most games, because I use my Switch as a home console most of the time. I don't take it places. I don't use the Joy-Cons really. Most of the games on Switch that like they advertised, like Hitman, off the top of my head, Elden Ring, but that stuff goes on sale on both Steam and PlayStation quite often. And with how eShop has been price-wise on Switch, I just don't know if that would be worth, frankly.
Right. I suppose it would very heavily depend on, is this stuff going to go on sale or not?
Like, if it's normal price and there are regular sales, I'll shut up, but I don't know. Past the point, it's like, unless you're taking it places, which I'm not, that's a point I have to consider. I just don't see the value.
I can get that.
Yeah.
Borderlands, that was another one. Like, those games are regularly on sale for like $9 on Steam.
My guess is that if there's anyone who doesn't use Steam, you know?
Yeah,
Or
like,
even
if
then-
you only ever buy Nintendo consoles all your life, this is the console for you. But, like,
That's not
I
us.
just... Yeah, like, unless my PS4 dies, which I'm just gonna get another PS4. Fuck the PS5. Like,
Yeah, and I think I mentioned it earlier, but just I'm using Steam more and more as time goes on. Like, the
Mhm.
fact that they showed off Silk Song and Hades 2, like, cool. I'm still getting them on Steam.
Right,
But
like
cool.
Yeah.
Hades 2 is even console exclusive for a while.
Which is shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
no, that's really shocking.
Like, I have the game in early access, so, like, big whoop. I don't care about the Switch release.
I need to get it, dude. It looks so
It
fucking
is,
good.
it is very good. I can't wait till I can experience the story. All I can do right now is fight guys.
I mean, that makes sense. Early access.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a good chunk of the character development's there, just not the main.
Right.
I see.
I guess there's two flashback scenes,
Mhm.
but that's the extent of it, and however much story you can garner from just standard conversations.
Yeah, that makes sense. It checks.
I'm more so excited though, because like I think I don't know how true it holds for Hades 2, but the presence of Silksong and Hades 2 during these presentations kind of implies that they're releasing this year.
I was about to
Which is-
say,
Yeah,
y'all, how do we feel about the chances of Silk Song releasing this year?
It's looking plausible for like the first time.
Okay, but how do we really
might be
feel
awesome.
about it?
Let's be so honest, guys.
Okay, Benj, be honest.
I didn't. I've been playing recently Metroid Zero Mission, so I know it's not the genre. I just did not gel with Hollow Knight that well. I don't know, something about it I just was not a humongous fan of. It may be a skill issue, honestly, but I get the hype. Hollow Knight's a very well crafted game. It's very beautiful. I just personally haven't been able to get very excited for Silk Song. I'm happy for him, but that's all I can really say.
Right.
I mean that's kind of fair.
I played Silk Song, unfortunately, before I played like any Metroid games, so I did not really.
Well, no, that's impressive.
You played Silk Song?
No, not Silk Song. Fucking just Hollow Knight. Just Hollow Knight. Sorry, Silk Song. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the
They're
game
gonna
didn't come
get
out
you.
until
They're gonna get you, girl.
the game didn't come out
They're
until
gonna get you.
2028. Sorry. Actually, no, 2028 at the earliest. Sorry. Yeah.
It's
Uh,
been
but-
6 years. Don't make me wait a whole decade. Ignore the fact that I
Anyways.
didn't know Hollow Knight was a thing when Silksong was first announced.
Yeah, anyways, I played Hollow Knight before I played any Metroid game, and I did not get very far. And then I went to play
I beat the
Metroid
game.
games.
I think Hollow Knight, realistically, it was a recommendation by my sister because she knew I liked the style. I've talked about Metroid a little bit. I've also played Super beforehand,
Mhm.
but that was sort of my, oh yeah, I like this genre kind of game.
Right.
All right, even trade between Wario and Toad because Wario stole one a few turns ago.
Not even a few turns ago. Literally like last turn.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Hollow Knight was the game that made me realize I liked Metroidvanias. I'm stuck at 110%. I'm not finishing the game. That is fully a skill issue. I cannot beat the Pantheon.
110 isn't like complete.
Like there 100% is like true ending and every collectible. Then there were like 3 free updates after that had the entire Grim Troop sequence, and then multiple
Okay.
variations of boss rematches.
Okay.
So 100 like full bonus content completion is 112%. I'm not doing
100
that.
That's fun.
Hmm.
I like
I'm just
that.
not good enough.
Jesus Christ,
'Cause it's-
Toadette.
Because it's like not only the end of it is just it's boss rush mode, but then the final percentage is all of the harder versions of the bosses
Oh no.
including one that is exclusive to the boss rush.
You know, that's what they like to do with those really hard boss rushes. They always like to have one that you just don't know you don't know what it is until you see it, and then it's like, oh
guess
shit, I have an entirely different pattern to learn now.
Oh,
I guess every single one of the boss rushes has one of those, but like the fourth one is bullshit from what I can tell.
Ooh.
You know, what if every attack was two damage instead of 1?
Oh, damn! That's ouch.
Which, I mean, that's just the final boss anyway. But you know,
Yeah.
the true ending final boss, I should say.
Right.
Okay. I just thunk a thought.
Yep.
I know none of us, or maybe some of us are kind of in that space. I'm not sure. How do we feel about Nintendo having their own fucking Bloodborne?
Shocked. I'm not like I've never played any Soulsborne, so I have no idea.
That's
But,
me
like,
too.
Yeah, me too.
Mooney?
It's a how moment.
I was not expecting a Souls PvPvE extraction shooter.
That's one way to put it.
It is intriguing, to say the least, because it's like, it's the last thing you'd expect from Nintendo, but at the same time it is the exact thing you'd expect from Nintendo, because they're known to do some kind of weird thing every generation. They're always known to
Yeah.
have some kind of weird, like M-rated escapade, pretty much.
Like when the Wii U tried to have a Call of Duty game and an Assassin's Creed game, and they just didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Then they had Bayonetta.
Actually, I don't know about the Call of Duty, but I know Assassin's Creed didn't work.
Then they had Bayonetta 2 exclusive.
Yep.
I will say, I think like I'm kind of kind of a hypocrite for saying this because I love like Mario and stuff, but I do think exclusive like that are dumb. Like I want Bloodborne on PC, that kind of thing. Like just for the people who want that kind of stuff. I don't know. Having something locked on a console just has bad future implications unless emulation for that console gets good.
That is kind of fair.
I think my thing is, what are they? I think this is the generation where I'm like, okay, now what do you do next? What do you do after this? Is this the last step, or what are we doing next? What's after this? Do we have an after this, or is this it?
Can I ask a rhetorical question to that question?
What's up?
Can graphics realistically go any further than they have at this point? Especially for like Nintendo stuff. Like, Switch already lasted almost 7-8 years. I reckon this thing could last for a while.
Dude, it's a $500 investment. It better last a while.
Yeah.
It better. I agree with you there. It better last a goddamn minute.
I feel like the answer to that question is going to cause an existential crisis.
Realistically,
can things get better?
I realistically think in hardware, like, I don't know how much further they can really push anything. Like, at this point, you push the hardware for the same reason you make like $1,000 Pikmin. Of how much shit can you put on the screen at once without your frame rate just eating shit. That is now
Right.
your benchmark once more.
But it's like,
before it was.
Is that even worth it anymore? I feel like games are at this point where we don't really need new consoles.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, this is pointless, but like something in me's like, I don't know, I don't see an after this. I really don't.
I mean, I'm kind of with you there. I don't really see much of like a where do we go from here kind of deal. This is like the we've kind of hit the point of these are now just like three like well, yeah, I guess the three services are are Steam, PlayStation, and Nintendo, with Xbox just kind of being off in the corner doing, I don't even know what they're doing.
Xbox pisses me off because almost everything they have you can get on Microsoft Store on PC, but they don't have fucking Rare Replay for some reason, and that really grinds my gears. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is like I don't really know where you can go from here, because it's just like at this point you just have three and a half different like storefronts to get your stuff from, and three different like platforms to put your stuff on.
And people who are like, well, it's just a portable PS4, like in a like that's bad way. They don't understand how like solid of a console a PS4 is. Like that is really good to have on the go.
Yeah.
Like just the running power. I'm not trying to shill for Sony or whatever, but I like the PS4. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I was talking with a friend this morning about like the logistics of if Switch 2 emulator is possible, or how long will it take to get there, and the answer is forever. But it came down to the comparison being how hard it is to already emulate the PS4.
Right.
Because it's basically a soft computer.
Yeah, and that's likely this is likely what the Switch 2 pretty much is. It is pretty much a soft computer.
Yeah,
this thing better have an internet browser.
True.
True.
You can't really emulate a PS4, because in order to do that, not only do you need your computer to have its regular operations going, but it basically needs to run an entire side console on its own CPU, which is just not possible, or just at least not reasonable.
You know, that isn't. Yeah, I don't expect emulation for the Switch 2 to be happening. Anywhere in any kind of future right now.
And the only reason we even have we have pretty good Switch emulation, and the only reason for that is because of a hardware defect in the first 2 years of development.
Yeah.
And given how Nintendo's acted of late, two Switch emulators in particular, we're not getting a Switch 2 emulator.
Oh, most
at
definitely
least
not.
for the next decade. At least not a good one. We might get one. It's probably going to be dog shit. That's still a huge if.
At that point, you're literally just better off waiting for a fucking recompilation of Mario Kart if you're gonna wait for a Switch 2 emulator. Like that's the kind of thing that I'm thinking of. It's just like you're waiting for a recomp. You're waiting for like a decomp of the new Mario Kart, because I don't see any other way that shit's like, you're not gonna emulate that. You're not gonna emulate that.
No.
That is not happening. No. Damn.
And it is especially not happening on a fucking Steam Deck, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
1000% no.
As a side note for the game, I've seen so many triple dice that start with 2 matching.
Yeah. There's been at least 4, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this console is going to be big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they actually have an Ethernet port in the back. They didn't really highlight it, but they have one.
I mean, yeah,
That's
they
cool.
better have had one in the back, since they had one for the Switch OLED.
Yeah.
I haven't used mine at all since I only have like I only have one Ethernet cable that like feeds down here. I'd have to get another one.
I'm guessing it goes in your computer.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't even know if I have one at all, and if I do, it's not in my room. That's for sure.
Yeah, the reason it goes into my PC, by the way, is both because it's Ethernet and also because like, fun fact, my motherboard doesn't actually have Wi-Fi.
That's funky.
I'm still looking at this GameCube SNES controller thing and just like wanting to like die a little on the inside. Imagine trying to run and jump in Super Mario World with that thing. Because you know where the run button is, the Y button. You know where the jump button is, not the A button, it's the B button.
Oh god.
A button's the spin jump.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm just... What is the point? Literally, what is the point of this thing, actually? Oh my god, I can't, like, I'm just thinking of this. What are the use case, what is the application for this thing?
It's
Just
for the GameCube elitists.
And what are you gonna get out of this thing? What are the applications of this specific controller that you're going to use?
To piss people off, I guess.
Time to play some good old Smashy Bros with my trusty... Oh, wait a minute.
There's not even a joystick, you can't.
I mean, I'm sure you can... No, I mean, you have the Wiimote set up for Brawl. I'm sure you can just set your movement to D-pad.
Yeah, it's true. There is a, like, super small controller, the 8-bit dough thingy.
Uh-huh.
That is D-pad only, and does work for Smash. So,
yeah.
I guess you could.
Still really stupid, though, you know.
Exactly. Imagine winnings with that.
I can't, because I won't. That thing looks like a hand cramp and a half.
How do you feel about the Switch 2 Pro controller? I'm wondering what the buttons on the back are for.
Probably just extra buttons you can bind certain actions to.
Yeah, like, I've seen a handful of controllers that have those.
And
I've always felt awkward using them, because I've never used those extra buttons, really, for, like, anything.
Right. I'd
I don't
imagine
know, like,
there would be a use case. The use case for those buttons are mostly just, like, for content, for like in a context sensitive like gameplay thing. If you want to have something bound to like something that your hands are just kind of, you know, resting on naturally, you can just press the button and do the
Street Fighter.
thing.
That's gonna be a Street Fighter thing. I'm calling it.
could be.
Yes.
Like, I think the most intensive game I play that could use the extra buttons is Terraria. It's like, my mouse has 2 extra buttons that I use for auto healing and auto buffing. But like, I don't know how to think about that on a controller.
Well, I guess you got those 2 extra buttons for that reason then.
Yeah, I'll play Terraria on console, which I've literally never done before. It's the only release I haven't played. I've done 3DS, I've done mobile, and I've done Steam.
I could also see it for like Splatoon, for another way to use your specials if you don't like pressing down on right stick.
That it would be useful. Actually, just any stick controls, just having those 2 buttons there for it might be nice.
Looking to move this battery.
Alright, fellas. Should we bite the bullet?
bite the bullet of
What's left?
the first parties.
I was going to say the price, but that works too.
Well, we have the first party games to talk about, and then, well, do we want to get negative or positive?
I think we should get negative so we can
And
get even more
positive?
positive about the game. Yeah, about the games after the fact.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm. We can talk about the prices then now, since
I want to talk shit.
valid.
Before we do that, though, when we've said a lot of things. Have you had anything you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
Sorry for
No.
not like. No. Okay.
We don't give you a lot of room for input. I apologize.
Yeah. Apologies. One day we will get the Mooney with the mic.
It's gonna be a great day.
Price, right? The price, right?
Okay. I was anticipating the price of the console. The console price itself is fine. The bundle with Mario Kart is wonderful. What the fuck are they doing with the games?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you have any other things you'd like to say first before? Okay. Lena, how about you voice your thoughts at least?
This is legitimately the first time I've been excited for a Mario Kart game. I'm a little annoyed that I have to get the bundle because I'm gonna get the game and the console eventually anyway. So I'd rather get the both of them to save $30. But also, holy fuck.
I'm in the park of this is super cool console and being able to get a super cool games that come along with it that are going to be releasing. They're putting a lot of cool stuff out, and we know that a lot of cool stuff is coming out within even just this year and next year. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out that is going to be cool and stuff. The big issue is back around the Wii U, around the Wii U's launch, we got that for Christmas, and I was super happy as a kid because I was I was 8 at the time. I was wow, this is super cool. Got the new console, got 2 games for it. That was all cool. That was all cool and stuff. And back then, the Wii U console bundle at launch was $350 for the Wii U, Nintendo Land, and the the Wii U Deluxe bundle, right?
Mm-hmm.
$350, and then 1 extra game, new CPU. That's $420 plus tax. So, or
right,
taking into account tax and stuff like that. So that's about $420 for that much for getting that console at launch. With that, you have two whole games. You got all that cool stuff, and you have a Wii U. So already not worth it.
If you had a Wii,
but
you have to buy
if you're yeah. But this is also also came from the Wii, and the Wii modes were pretty much all fully integrated into the Wii U anyway. So
yeah,
pretty much sales tax is 60% here.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah. All this to say that now that I have grown 8 years older And now that like now that it is like like 2012, no, not even eight, that's now that I've grown 13 years older at this point. Damn, this shit
Good lord.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, now I gotta now I can get my console for myself, and I have to pay way more for it. It's just like suddenly I have to pay like $500 for the console plus the game, and it's like, God, now and I gotta pay with my own money. And it's like, damn it. Imagine being a parent looking at this new console and seeing that, oh my god, it's how much? It's how much, and games are how much? Games are this expensive now? Like, what the fuck, dude?
Unless, okay, not to be super downer, but unless the economy like fucking crashes, it's still gonna sell out, like, no matter what. I don't know.
True.
Yeah. That's just how all Nintendo consoles go. Like, they sell out. Like, the Wii U, like, at launch, sold out because of the Nintendo fans. Like, sold out, like, first few weeks out, they sold out on store shelves. Because it's just, it's Nintendo fans. Of course they're gonna eat the Wii U up, because they're gonna put faith into this new console. Same's gonna apply here. You only really know how this console's really gonna do in the general public perception based on what's gonna happen a few weeks later. That's generally speaking how the console, console popularity and like the console really goes in terms of sales.
This thing does have Switch library though, which
is considerable.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like DS to 3DS, where the Switch 2 sells well but not as well American Samoa Switch 1.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it, I think.
I can certainly see that as well. Though unlike the 3DS, I can't see this having nearly as much of a price drop, since like I can't see this thing selling very poorly at launch. They're clearly trying to avoid the 3DS and Wii U situation where 3DS and Wii U both didn't really have any heavy hitters until like later into the console's like life. Even the 3DS, they had to rebound that with an $80 price drop and like decent, like a good, like a Mario Kart and a 3D Mario.
Don't even say those words. Don't even put the thought in my head of a price drop. That's too good to be true.
Yeah, no, I'm saying they're avoiding that. They're avoiding being in that situation where they have to do that. So they're putting a lot of heavy hitters onto this new console to make sure, hey, if you're gonna get this new console, hey, we've got GameCube games coming along. You're gonna get those at launch immediately if you have like a expansion pass thing. You have you've got the new Mario Kart coming out at launch, which is like, by the way, the first time a Mario Kart has like did Super Circuits come out at launch? I don't think it did. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to actually fact check it myself. Alright, Game Boy Advance launch titles. Mario, yeah. So this is literally the first Mario Kart that has come out at launch of a Nintendo console. They're very clearly trying to avoid the Wii U 3DS situation of having to salvage it through something and not having something to salvage it with until it is too late to do drastic measures.
Not to get too into Mario Kart discussion too, but this one looks really replayable.
Mm-hmm. Like they were putting all the eggs into the basket of Mario Kart because they realized what exactly that entails for console sales, pretty much. So that's kind of my thing. It's like I can see what they're doing, and I can see what exactly the idea is here for their exact plans of like attack for this new generation. God damn it! Why is so much of this shit $80 and $70? Like God.
Insert college complaint.
I have some money saved up, so it's not gonna be that big of a blow to me. But like, I don't know, man. It's just still not.
I got tax return money.
I don't know if I ever got that or not.
Were your taxes like done?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did it through TurboTax. I just haven't gotten like a thingy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty much paying for the new Mario Kart with my tax return money. Yeah, like God, dude, like $80, $80.
A bit much.
And like, Donkey Kong's 70, and I'm sorry, it should not be a good thing that Donkey Kong is 70.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the sad thing is that like they are probably going to justify it in being like, oh well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe plus the Booster Course Pass is technically $85, so technically it's less money.
Well, see, you didn't have to make the Mario Kart DLC. You could have made a new one so much longer, and we wouldn't have this problem.
Well, still, that's probably part of what they're going to use to justify, like, probably part of the argument of justifying why these games cost so much. But I still don't believe these games should be $80.
No, they shouldn't.
I don't even believe that most of these games should be $70. I'd pay like, I don't know, $65 for the new Mario Kart if it was like a reasonable price. But granted, realistically, the only way we're going to be paying that much is if it's say, you know, by like 2026 holiday season. Oh hey, this game is $60 now because it's on sale.
Yep. I guess I consider it a partial blessing that the only game I'm super excited for right now is already going to have a Switch 1 release. So it's not going to be 80 base. It might be 70 because Lamau Pokemon, but
Right.
it might also not be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, like, the Scarlet Violet DLC was 35, and given that DLC is typically half the price of a full game, I'm guessing they're going to the 70.
Mm-hmm.
But they could do 60, and it wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world.
I think another really big red flag here is the Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour being $10. Why is the Welcome Tour $10?
Why?
I'm sorry. What the fuck what are they doing with that one? That's so confusing to me.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hey, what if we made Street Pass no, not Street Pass. Street Pass is like integral to the 3DS. Never mind. That's like, what if we made Face Raiders $5? What if we made Face Raiders $5, guys?
It's crazy because like VR consoles have like demo games. The fucking Oculus has two, and you don't have to pay for either.
Me looking at the Astros playroom in the corner and the PS5.
Sigh.
So it's quite foolish.
Yeah.
Imagine paying. Like, just imagine paying for a tech demo.
It's
don't
the
care
year
what-
of Wario. We just don't know it yet.
Like, I don't care how cool it might be. I'm not paying for it.
Hmm.
I think I've said my piece.
I think I've also said. Mooney, do you have anything to add here?
No.
Okay. So, with that out of the way, how about we get to being more positive now and talking about like the first party lineup that is being on offer?
So, open world Mario Kart.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude. The roster, the premise, the... Oh my goodness.
It's so. It's insane.
There's
It's like a dream game that we would come up with on a bullshit discussion on here. Like it's like it doesn't feel real.
right. It is quite literally the Mario Party 8 minigame, but if it were like a full ass video game. You know the one where you fucking thwomp penguin like a thwomp penguin and you know the fucking moped game.
We love Moped Mayhem. Is that what it's
Moped
called?
Mayhem. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is right. Yeah, it's that game, but a full ass video game out of it.
Yeah, like the course of Moped Mayhem is so bare bones.
Yeah, you're playing a SNES track pretty much, barely, if you can even call that a SNES track.
The interesting part is the amount of characters that were there, but now that's the full game,
Yeah.
and the tracks are good.
Mhm.
Hopefully,
They're finally bringing back Wario Stadium of all things after 3,000 years, pretty much.
They cut out like half of it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, they cut out half of it, but it's like, do you really need that half? It's like, it's just a bunch of winding
they made-
turns.
And from the footage I've seen, they made like the big long stretch part of it, that one bit from Waluigi Stadium with like the fake piranha plants.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think Wario and Waluigi Stadium having like that kind of thematic cohesion makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to be getting the game, obviously. Like, I feel like there's no other way around it. I'm going to be getting that video game.
I think
There's
I
so
think I
much.
mentioned this. I think I mentioned earlier that it's like the first time I've actually been excited for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it looks really good.
It's like when they announced the booster pass for 8 Deluxe, I was like, cool. Can we get a new game?
Mm-hmm.
And now we're getting the new game.
Yeah.
And it
Boy,
looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, boy howdy, are we getting a new game.
After
really-
the booster pack, it was really hard to figure out how they would beat 8, because 8 was just kind of like definitive, like how Smash Ultimate kind of is now.
hmm
Like it's weird, but they did it.
Like, Ultimate's a game I feel like you can move on from, because, you know, for how cool it and how big it is, it still has, like, some balance issues.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart World might honestly not even come close to that problem, because it's like, sure, you got a big open world, but like if hardware advancements are a possibility, we can get bigger.
Yeah.
I'm also just kind of hoping that there are going to be secrets you can find in the frame roam mode that give you, like, unlockables or achievements or something.
Hey, dude, I just want a Mario Kart with good unlockables at this point. Also, why are you playing the shitty board again with talking to people? We're watching the... We're not playing it, the computers are playing it.
Yeah, yeah. Can we talk about Boo real quick?
Yeah, but... yeah, Boo's kind of just rolling in it. Like... damn, this...
Oh, I just saw that. What the fuck?
Damn, we really might actually just be playing this, actually. This might actually just be... This it's just the social experiment constant of the world where Boo just has to be rolling in it on this board.
Unless I'm playing him.
Yeah.
Speaking of Boo. Stars have been going everywhere in this game, from what little I've paid attention of it. Anyways, Mario Kart.
I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of it, but I'm a big fan of how the like Grand Prix work this time around, with you driving to each one.
Yeah.
See, I like the concept, but it feels weird to have that in the Grand Prix. Like, you have the elimination mode for that. Why also include it in the Grand Prix? And I'm also just concerned in the vein of how many courses are you going to be able to do 3 laps of?
The topic is Switch 2, by the way. The title is right there. You can read the title.
No, it's not always visible on mobile.
Oh, is it not?
If she were mobile.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Darn.
Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo. We're just talking about we're talking about Mario Kart.
Yeah, because it's like cool for once.
Yeah, I think my big thing about like the open world is that it's super cool just thinking about just being able to just drive around. I think it's cool for that just having that online, just being you just get this world that you can just drive around in pretty much while you're waiting for a game to start.
Yeah. It's like you take the concept of Scarlet and Violet, which doesn't work, and then you put it in Mario Kart, and it does work. Suddenly it's amazing.
Did I keep the discourse to myself? If it's about the price tag, then yes. If it's about anything else, feel free to join in. Because we've already talked shit about the price enough. We're just trying to be positive. So please keep it positive. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the redesigns all look really nice. I fucking love all of the redesigns.
Oh my goodness, they all look so good.
Need we mention Venge's current Discord PFP?
Donkey Kong, he looks
Donkey
like
Kong.
Mario's friend. Which Donkey Kong, like hardcore Donkey Kong people hate, but I fuck with it because that's what he's been for so long. Like that's what I grew up with Donkey Kong being. Like he's Mario's big buddy, and he looks much more like it, and I like him.
Yeah.
He's also much goofier.
We like a silly Donkey Kong.
Also, have y'all seen DK Spaceport?
Oh yeah, no, that track looks so cool.
Oh, a new track. I actually haven't seen too much of the treehouse. Which, by the way, insane that they brought that back.
Hmm.
I'm happy. It was nice seeing just like extended gameplay of these games.
Yeah, no. Seeing just
I just didn't really. I want to say I didn't have time. Realistically, I had a little like. The Thursday treehouse, I absolutely did not have time. I was pretty busy that day.
Whenever you're bored, you can just go watch the VOD.
Uh,
I watched a little bit. I saw Coin Hopper and I was happy. I saw Coin Hopper win.
Star, to answer your question, no, it's not. It's not a hot take because it's like I like it. I like it a lot. I like the I like the DK redesign.
It took
I
me a
love
bit.
it.
I'll be real. It took me a bit.
Yeah. I certainly
But yeah,
understand the rare DK defenders, but at the same time, it's like, you know, that was a Donkey Kong. That was a redesigned Donkey Kong for a new age, and it was a design that came with the times pretty much because, you know, this was the 90s.
It kind of feels like a new gen of Pokemon in a way. Like I might not like the designs in the first trailer, but then give me some gameplay and I might dig it.
Mhm.
Sorry, I just like the idea of like this is Gen 3 Donkey Kong.
I mean, holo designs go kind of hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Him having an actually good range of emotions is very nice. Like the thing with DK from like, you know, prior to Mario Kart, this new Mario Kart, and like this new generation, it's like, you know, it's like technically the N64 era of Donkey Kong is like N64 / like SNES, pretty much everything in that era of Donkey Kong, it's all rare stuff. You don't really have like an N64 Donkey Kong like model that is made in-house by Nintendo, which when you look at the art in the past, it's a very different design. You know.
They kind of blended both of them into this like perfect mix, and they kind of added like more of the Mario design philosophy to him, I think.
Yeah.
It's just overall very, very good.
Mm-hmm. Is like rare DK is very much a different kind of holy shit, Toad, how'd you do that?
Oh, that was some Toad who?
Who's got the schmicks?
I started taking notable dislikes towards new Pokemon designs from Gen 8 onward. I mean, that's valid.
Yeah, we're gonna derail again if you talk too much about Pokemon.
Let's not derail. Let's not derail too far. Let's just kind of keep it to.
I might make one comment. The way. Sorry.
No, you go. Since I'm gonna move on to back to Mario Kart after this.
Yeah. The one thing, like I like my Pokemon more so based on experience than design. So like, I think I've mentioned this. Floette would not be my favorite Pokemon if it wasn't on my team in X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I also just dislike people. I feel like people generalize way too hard. Like it's harder. Sure, it's harder to come up with new designs for Pokemon nowadays, but people generalize entire generations when only not too many of them look disgusting, right?
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also not objective. So, if you dislike it, sure, you dislike it. If you like it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's fair to say every design is bad
Mm-hmm.
in the newer generations.
Because every generation always has good designs and bad designs. It's kind of, It's just kind of how every generation is.
Yeah.
It's a Pokemon.
Loki, Gen 5 grass types kind of slap.
Yeah. It's just also the generation with Mienshao, so you know it's automatically a really good generation.
All right,
The
anyway.
newest gen? Good. Sorry.
Let's say it. Sorry.
The newest gen had really good designs. My thing was a lot of them needed like another evolution, honestly.
That's kind of fair.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to wait 20 years for that, though.
Right. Alright, before we turn this back into the Pokemon Blast cast, let's
Yeah,
Mario
Driving.
Kart.
Driving.
I was going to bring up one thing that I'm not too sure about is Knockout Tour. How's that, like, I noticed that a lot of the courses are pretty much just like a lot of the intermediary like sections just kind of like tacked together into one race. Where it's like, I get it, but at the same time a lot of the intermediary sections are just like a lot of really long roads. So I'm like, you know, I'm not sure if that's gonna be the goodbye all of Boo's money. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure if that's gonna be super like my alley, you know, if you get it. It's like I can see, you know, things that what they're going for, and I can see the vision behind it, but it's like, you know,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. Big shrug.
I was surprised at Toadette getting the question.
This is our third time doing this, by the way.
Yeah. Agator is a very interesting concept for at least more things to actually do in the video game. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that is true.
also,
It adds an
yeah.
extra thing to do, but I'm not sure how much staying
Is-
power it really have.
Yeah, because right now we have Battle, Grand Prix, and Time Trials.
Yeah.
And like, there's 5 battle modes, sure, but like,
Yeah.
how often do people play them anyway?
You know, which now we now have Grand Prix, Time Trial, Knockout Tour, and Free Roam as normal things, and then we also now have like also Battle Mode as well.
Mhm.
So that's like a lot more to do in the video game. I just don't know how
Yeah.
much staying power Knockout Tour will really have. I feel like the staying power might come from, like, I don't know, if 200cc's coming back, and if that's actually, like, if that makes the more straighter, like, road course design, like, intermediary, like, course design, like, more interesting. That's kind of my thing.
We're gonna have to see, because like, I'm trying to compare it to something I do, and I'm certain there's something I play regularly that has that. I just can't think of it.
Hmm.
Guess we'll have to CC.
Hmm.
You
I
know,
like that one.
I wonder how CC's gonna work with free roam. Like, are you just locked at one, or can you pick one? I wonder.
Surely it's just 150 base, because like you're Roman, right? You're not like
Maybe it's
racing,
just
so
maybe it's just a
you'd rather
setting you
have
can
good speed.
maybe it's just a setting you can choose. Like, maybe you can just choose it in a menu. It's just like, hey, you pause the game and it's just like, hey, change the enter class. Bam. Now it's changed.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be really nice.
I think it's more just gonna be fun. Like, this is a weird comparison to make, but there was like a Cars game I used to play on the Wii
Yeah?
that had like a surprisingly open radiator springs with things to collect.
Holy shit!
I
Was that the one with like the GTA mechanics, kind of?
Maybe it might have been.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
I played a surprising amount of that. So if this is anything like that, and it's probably going to be way bigger because Mario
Right.
and also Switch 2, then we're in for good shit.
Definitely.
I just want things to collect. I don't want it to be free roam for the sake of free roam. I want things to find.
I want...
It might be too much to ask for, but a story mode would be so nice.
Also true.
I just want characters to unlock, man. Make me do free round for like character unlock. Since you have like 80 of these guys, you might as well just make some of them like you've roamed the world to find. You roam the world and beat a race against a cow to unlock the cow because you just raced on Moo Meadows.
So maybe even something like how you unlock characters in Mario Party Jamboree. Like, sure, there's only 2, but you just have to find them.
Mm-hmm.
In the mode select. Something like that.
Yeah. I want unlockables where you have to actually engage with more modes of the game to unlock things, because
Yeah.
Mario Kart. I feel like Mario Kart Wii is like the big example there, where it's just like Mario Kart Wii. You pretty much engage in you engage in Grand Prix and time trials. You engage in pretty much you engage in both of those sides of single player content to unlock everything in the game.
It'd also be cool, like, to have like melee style character unlocks as well. I mean, that's kind of what you're saying, but like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of those things you have to do in melee, like win one mode with a certain amount of characters, do one very specific thing for
Yeah.
a very specific length of time. I don't know.
Well, if you want
Don't
melee
hit
style
any of the
unlocks,
cows.
then if you want melee style unlocks, then we do have Kirby Air Riders coming out eventually.
Woo.
Guess it's fair.
Which I suppose I will say, the two games that I am like the two main games that I'm excited for the Switch 2 are Air Riders and World. The two racing games, you know, who could have seen that one coming? Or from the kart racer, from the kart racer person. Ooh.
Yeah, like World is the first time I've been excited for Mario Kart. I like Hyrule Warriors. I don't know if I'm the odd one out there, but I like it. So Age of Imprisonment's going to be interesting,
Mhm.
especially because this is also probably going to be maybe the only Zelda game to not have Link.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like he's not at that point in time. So maybe Zelda will talk about him, and she's going to talk about him, but like, are we even going to see him? We're definitely not playing as him.
A part of me, like I like Hyrule Warriors. A part of me wanted them to kind of go back to like the original stuff.
Oh, like the Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess style games, or something else.
Kinda. I wanted to see them try it like an original story again, like in Hyrule Warriors original.
Mm.
I just think that'd be cool. But this game doesn't look bad.
Yeah, like this is like partially it's a story they have just that they haven't told. And Age of Calamity is like, what if the Calamity didn't kill everyone?
True.
So it's technically different. It's just based in the same world, but the original Hyrule Warriors was an original story, a handful of original characters, and of course a new Link and Zelda design. And then explicitly characters from other legends. It's kind of hard to tell a story like that though, because I can also call to like Fire Emblem Warriors, which sucks.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Its story is very forced. And it's also just, like, every archer, and there are 4 of them with DLC, they all play identically.
That's unfortunate.
There are also 3 Pegasus units, without DLC. They are identical. They just don't, not every character has a unique playstyle, which is annoying.
Mhm.
And it just makes it so that there's no point to playing some of them.
Mm. The games will be excited for, fellas.
Honestly, I think that's the extent of it for me. I guess no. It's fucking awesome to have a new 3D Donkey Kong for the first time in what? How long has it been?
Donkey Kong 64 either came out in 1999 or 2000, I forget.
Anyway,
Or 2000 was Banjo-Tooie.
Let's find
Banjo
out.
Tooie was 2000, maybe. I forget actually.
Donkey Kong 64 came out in 1999.
All right, so
Nice. Okay.
26 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
My boy has deserved it. Frankly, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
He's deserved this second chance.
Absolutely.
And oh my goodness, it looks so good.
Oh, banana.
They brought back the banana. That's all they needed. They just need to put Donkey Kong 64 on N64 online so everybody can see how good this one's gonna be in comparison.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Like the Mario
That game-
64 to Odyssey comparison.
Oh my god, that game's not good at all.
No, it really isn't.
Okay, Star. If Diddy Kong isn't in this game, then K. Rool abso-fucking-lutely is not going to be.
They got Cranky Kong, and they have like crocodile enemies. I'm wagering. I said in another server that if K. Rool wasn't in this game, I'd eat 20 bananas.
Consecutively, or
I don't know. Consecutively.
Oh god.
Wow.
I don't know if I'll actually keep my word to that, but like,
There's
That'd be
speculation
funny.
about King K. Rool, which is why I'm having a crack theory about it. I suppose that's fair. Also, we're on the last turn of the Mario Party, by the way.
Oh jeez, really?
oh,
Yeah, no, the fast movement speed made this go, you know, for not nearly as fast, not nearly as slowly as I was expecting it to, but you know, damn. Yeah, dude, Donkey Kong looks fucking rad as shit. I just don't know if like 3D collectathon thing is kind of like, I don't know. I'll see when it comes out. I'll see.
it looks
Yeah.
like if they made like Mario Odyssey, because this is by the Mario Odyssey team. We're all in agreement there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just straight up
Like
confirmed.
100%. It just looks. There's so much love for Donkey Kong just in that one trailer. I'm
Mhm.
so excited. Also, Knuckles the Who? People are saying this looks like or Dirk said this looks like a Wario game. My man, this looks like a Knuckles game.
I'm here for it though.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for it too.
You
It
know,
looks
I'm also-
fucking amazing.
Yeah. I could see Wario fitting this kind of mold, but then like I think I'm probably more than Mario Kart World right now. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Like Mario Kart's just kind of it's the kart racer. Ow. That looked like it hurt.
I was gonna question why Boo used a trap on the last turn and not the gold or the mushroom. I guess that's why.
Yeah. I can see why you'd want to do Donkey Kong more than Mario Kart World. I want to do Mario Kart because I am more oriented towards kart races than I am 3D platformers.
I don't think my excitement for Pokemon will ever outweigh anything. But like Mario Kart World is kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
If they actually utilize Switch 2 tech, I think the new Pokemon will look sick.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, they will, but they've already announced that it's an enhanced version.
Oh,
So-
right.
You can get ZA on its own, and it'll run on either console. But if you want it to look cool, you have to pay like $10 extra.
Well, I
Did they
think,
show the price for that game yet?
look at this terminal kart racer nerd over here. Look at this terminal kart racer. Yeah. I am. It is terminal. Unfortunately, I already know.
See me as a Pokemon guy.
I'm a big Plants
You're not the
vs.
first one to
Zombies
give me
nerd,
the
but
diagnosis.
That doesn't
I'm
come
sorry.
up here often. Yeah. I'm glad it doesn't come up here often.
Yeah.
You would see a different side of me.
in terms of
Hatred for EA.
which is valid.
Oh, so that's your terminal illness.
Dude, the original Plants vs. Zombies is not even playable on mobile anymore.
It's not. Neither is the second one. Go play Reflourished or Altverse or any of the mods that people have made. Because
How would one obtain such a mod?
get BlueStacks and I'll hook you up, broski.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's
BlueStacks
just
is a calculator.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're saying that's not a real doctor. I know that. You've known each other for how long? I know you're an asshole.
What?
Holy shit! Where did that come from?
No, I'm here for it.
Hold up, I feel like we need to. I feel like we need a.
Okay, I understand, but understand this comes from a place of she's still my friend.
I know. Also,
Here
good
and
one.
Star are friendly rivals. Also,
Yeah.
good job, Boo. And Star was here for it. How wonderful. It all came together.
Who propaganda proves my point. He won the game. Yeah. Alright. Well.
What do we do now?
What did we do
Are
now?
we?
Did we end? We had more stuff to say, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be out of
Oh.
things, to be honestly.
Well, now that I think about it, honestly, like I don't want to say too much about Mario Kart because not a lot of it's like. There's still probably a lot for them to talk about with that game. I feel like maybe.
Okay, Mooney, do you have anything you would like to say about about like any upcoming games that you're at all interested in?
I think Mario Kart World is overpriced and Air Riders we know nothing about.
Yeah, that's wholly valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty like. Air Riders is all a bunch of all a bunch of like speculation and just kind of thinking about what that game is going to be.
I mean, it's directed by Masahiro Sakurai. I think that's a good sign.
Biggest things that I would want for another Air Ride game, please make the racing more like involved. Please make the racing like actual racing and not just kind of like. You can go through a lot of Air Ride courses by just not even touching anything on the controller.
Oh.
You can, because it's I just hope that the racing is more involved. I want that to be a more involved thing in the video game because it's like Air Ride. City Trial is super cool, but I also want something else to do in the game outside of just that. Which City Trial. One other thing that I hope for that, like, obviously, you can say it together.
Say it with
Online
me,
City
everybody.
Trial.
Online City Trial! Fuck yeah! It's gonna be so awesome! Okay, I'm done.
What are you hoping Nintendo improves for future titles based on the drawbacks of certain Switch games free update support cycle? I hope that the fucking $80 price tags are gonna be worth it, and they better not do that shit here. I better get an $80 video game on release.
I hope. I love Sakurai. I hope this game represents the entirety of Kirby as a
That would be
franchise.
pretty cool.
That being said, I think it would be really funny if it was just like a big. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah. I think what I'd want out of well, the most that I would want out of an air ride, or like the very least I'd want just more like just like I don't know, at least like 16 tracks, because the tracks aren't like the main part of the game, aren't the main part of the game. There's a bunch of like the side content is the main content, since all the content is the same, is like put an equal value in air ride.
That's a
Well,
sentence.
outside of like top ride, but you know, all the content is put on an equal pedestal pretty much in terms of presentation and air ride. So I'd hope that that is brought into the forefront here, and I also hope that City Trial has like 2 maps. I just want 2, even just the one from the original, just like with more. I'd be fine with that. Just like keep it at 2 with a lot of stuff in it. Because I think that's all you need for City Trial. Because the big thing about City Trial is like you just get to know the map really well, and you get to know the intricacies of everything that goes on, since there's a lot that goes on in City Trial in just a singular map. And it's impressive how much goes on in a single map. Just give us more. Give us the game that you made 22 years ago, but like just make it more, and then bam, my life is yours.
I think Sakurai can do that.
That is all that is needed. It is a 1-button game. Maybe make it like a 2-button game. I don't know. Make the B button do something. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Also, I'm thinking to Smash Run, which is heavily inspired by City Trial, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is also one map, but they're like randomized sub areas.
Mm-hmm. City Trial pretty much has very similar things going on in there.
It's like, I don't know. I played City Trial, I think once, and I just didn't. I was not enough. I did not have enough time with the controls to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, air rides.
Insert like typical GameCube game complaint. I didn't get used to the controls, so I didn't have time to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For whatever reason, I've caught on to the point that Sakurai never reps anything past Superstar, pretty much. Shout out to the fact that when Robobot referenced Meta Knight's like dimensional Final Smash back in Brawl, Sakurai just fucking changed the Final Smash in Ultimate entirely to be something unique. Because
wait, is that the reason?
I don't know if it is, but I feel like it's part of the reason why.
I mean, you know, a future Kirby game is going to give him those extra wings now.
Yeah. Only Return to Dreamland.
Oh my god! I just realized we're
Mm-hmm.
we're probably gonna get a Forgotten Land 2 on this console.
You know,
Could be.
That's
I
gonna be
want a 3D platformer where I can play it with a buddy online, please, please, please,
That too.
please.
That'd be hand, especially with the capture feature. I feel like that's more encouraged than ever.
Please, I just want to play a game with a friend. I want to play a 3D platform with a friend. Like, that's kind of partly the reason why I don't like I don't really vibe with the 3D platformer collectathon stuff right now, because it's like I like a shared experience. I either like a shared experience, like a shared long experience with a friend, or just kind of like I don't know. My tastes are very unique.
We should play Hat in Time with this like Steam. I forget what it's called.
Steam Remote Play Co-op?
No, it just has this like. It basically just has like Mario Wonder Ghost mode, pretty much. I think. I'd need to look into it more, but that could be a good game for stream, or even just fucking around on our own, because that game has a lot of mods too. I think it works with.
Right. But
Shall I pull up the
we're kind of just chilling here now. So, what do we do?
Not that I mind.
Have we been topicked out?
I have one more
I
question.
feel like I'm out of ideas, so
Then shoot your shot.
They confirmed mouse controls.
Yes. This is true.
Um,
And I do hope that because they confirmed mouse controls, I do hope that, like, I don't know, just shooting this out there, maybe Splatoon could benefit from that. Maybe, perhaps?
Are you ready to... Well, no, I bet you don't have to rebuy the DLC, but that's gonna be like $90 if you have to.
I would...
Or like just buy the game fresh,
Yeah,
whatever.
I just kind of hope that Splatoon, like, you know, it would definitely benefit from having another control scheme option available for this game, since, like,
Yeah.
having another option available for how you control a video game like this is, like, pretty handy, especially when, like, I know at least one person that is always that has went on just saying, like, if this game had mouse controls, I'd be like, you know, I'd be playing it, like, if this game had mouse control, if this game had mouse control, if this game had mouse control, you know, because a lot of shooters come out on like that are on like PC, obviously, mouse control, very accurate and stuff.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's just kind of my general thought on the mouse thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Switch
Yeah.
is cool. We'll be back next time on the Blastcast to talk about the Mario Kart Direct.
Probably.
I'm kidding.
Like the least
Oh.
ergonomic thing ever. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it like feels when we actually get our hands on the damn thing.
I'm with Star. Until I get my hands on it, at least, I'm a little wary on how that's gonna feel. I just feel like that's too good to be true without some kind of kink in there, you know?
But like, I don't know, give it like a mouse add-on that you can just kind of stuff the Joy-Con 2 into.
I've
Give
been
it like a little grip that you can just kind of insert the Joy-Con into and just have it sit like that.
I see the vision. I've just been very soured by the first Joy-Con. So, like, if it breaks, I'm just gonna get another fucking Switch 1 Pro controller.
Mm-hmm.
Because these things haven't failed me yet.
Right.
I've legitimately only missed out on, like, the newest WarioWare.
Mm-hmm.
And Super Mario Party.
Yeah, but even then, you're not really missing
Didn't
out
really
on
miss out much
yeah,
much
yeah,
there.
Yeah, you're not really
Yeah.
missing out on too much from Super Mario Party. Being 100% honest, that game is weird because, like, you know how there were like team games that you could do that you did with allies and all that.
Mm-hmm.
In the free play section of the game, you can select those team games, but you're forced into two team versus two team mode instead of free for all team mode. You can't select.
Oh.
You can't like have every like individual player for themselves. You can't. You always have to have two of like the active players against the two other active players. Despite there being functionality on the main boards with the minigames themselves for, you know, free-for-all variants of all those minigames. Which, you know, that's a little weird and quirky and dumb, kind of. But regardless, you didn't miss out on much.
Yeah. Oh, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So still not really missing out on much.
Yeah, that game certainly existed. It kind of just it didn't really
Yeah.
Let's Go Johto, right around the corner, trust me, fellas. Also, one more thing.
Yeah.
Did I not summon this Donkey Kong game? I've been saying it. These past couple streams. I can't wait for the next 3D Donkey Kong game with K. Rool back, and it's gonna happen. Every part of that prophecy that I've described is going to happen. I've called it shot for shot so far. It's gonna happen. I
Dude.
swear on my life.
You're gonna be vindicated within the next few months.
I'm gonna be vindicated. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be wonderful. But I think it is time for this. I think it's time for this session to come to an end. Though it's been 2 hours 20 minutes. Solid runtime, I'd say.
What are we doing next week? Or like next whenever?
What were we doing last time?
We
I don't
had
know.
done the building the Smash roster. I think we had planned to do the build it from the ground up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make the Venger fighting game. I hope you all do the same.
I made one that's it started out as an attempt to be objective. It didn't stay that way. So now I'm gonna make a really stupid one.
Is this for next
Hell yeah, just
Blastcast, or
make-
is this for just like next stream?
Next
Oh,
podcast.
Okay.
yeah. I did mean next stream though, admittedly, but this is
Sorry,
also...
my bad.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
I mean, we have a list of we have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we
yeah.
want to get back to Dokapon since we kind of just didn't really, since
We
kind of the
could.
session kind of ended early last time.
We could. We very well could.
Yeah.
We could also fuck around a Monster Hunter eventually. Cough cough.
True.
We could.
We are kind of in the middle of two games.
Mm-hmm. I think for now we shall be heading out. This end the stream here.
True. This has been a nice combo.
Rude.
Watched a nice little game of Mario Party while just talking about the Switch 2. It was a good time.
My wallet's hurting, but my heart is a yearning.
That truer words have never been spoken before. Yeah, y'all, like, thank you for joining the stream, Star. I thank you for joining and chatting along. Tune in next time for either Dokapon or Monster Hunter. I don't know which one it is gonna be, but more than likely I'm probably gonna be Dokapon if I had to guess. If I had to wager anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna get y'all to play Monkey Ball at some point.
I would love to do a Monkey Ball stream.
It's a fun game. I promise. Alright. Good night, everybody. Goodbye forever,
Bye-bye.
Blastcasters. Yep, goodbye forever. This is the last Blastcast. We end at 13. Sorry, can't count higher than 13. Sorry, guys.
Well, we can't end at 13. That's a terrible number to end on.
No, you're right. We gotta
That's
go
as
to,
far
we gotta
as
go
the
to,
bomb
we gotta go to
goes.
17. Sorry, 17.
Oh, 17.
It's a prime number. Gotta end on our prime.
True, though.
Is this foreshadowing? Stares at camera.
No, it's not. But either way, good night, everybody.